What's the overarching goal in your life right now? What's the overarching goal in your life right now? Hi, I'm Sarah Hart, and this is Prime Spark, designed for women over 55. I would like to read you the mission of Prime Spark because I think it is so important. We are women over 55. We will be seen for who we are. We are dynamic, involved, contributing, powerful, desirable, and vital. We will be included in the highest levels of decision making, planning, forecasting. We will be revered as indispensable matriarchs of our families. We will be sought after for prime roles in all media. We will step proudly into our advancing years, knowing that we have made major contributions to our families, our communities, and the world, and will continue to do so for many years ahead. It is our time. So one of the things we oftentimes do on this Facebook Live session is I ask a question and talk a little bit about it, and then give you a chance after we're done with our time together to think about it. The question comes from my recent book, Prime Spark, Women Over 55, It's Our Time. This is a book that has 30 questions and is designed for a woman to work through one question a day for 30 days. So get a copy and work through it. And I think what's fun is to get together with other women and talk about the questions. I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But for right now, here's the question. It is question 12 on page 31. Sometimes people don't set big goals because they seem overwhelming. If you knew small steps toward a goal still get you there, what goal would you set? And what could be the first several micro steps you take? I'm going to read that again. Sometimes people don't set big goals because they seem overwhelming. If you knew small steps toward a goal still get you there, what goal would you set? And what could be the first several micro steps you could take? Years ago, I had worked for a very good company in a very good job for 20 years. And it was good. There was nothing really wrong, except I really, really wanted to own my own company. You know, you just get a bug in your head and there it sits, and you either pay attention to it and do something or you don't, and it festers. So I decided I really did want to have my own company. But that meant figuring out how to leave my job well, whether or not I wanted to stay in the location where I was, or if I wanted to move. If I wanted to move, where did I want to move? And once I got there, how would I go about setting up my own company? Yikes! So, it was overwhelming. I did know that I didn't want to stay living where I was. Though I knew I wanted to start my own company, and knew I didn't want to stay living where I was. And I tell you, that's about all I knew right then. But I did know that. So what I did was I made a list of different places I might want to live. At the time, I was living in Mystic, Connecticut, which is a lovely place. And on my list were Boston, Atlanta, Santa Fe, Santa Barbara, San Francisco. Now, I'd been to all those places. And so I really didn't need to do a trip to each place. But I did need to go to a couple places that I hadn't been as much as others. And after doing that and really thinking about it, I decided I wanted to live in San Francisco. So I set the ball in motion and moved to San Francisco. That was a huge undertaking for me. It was a lot of steps. And I know it's trite, and it is true, that the longest, most confusing journey begins with that very first step. And that very first step usually is not scary. It was not scary to sit down and make a list of places I might want to live. Because at any moment, I could tear up the list and say, forget it. So the very first step usually isn't scary. So right now, think of 3 things you'd like to accomplish. Make them big stretch goals. Big stretch goals. Don't worry about, oh, how can I do that? That's too big. I have no idea how to do it. Just right now, write down 3 goals you'd really like to accomplish that seem big. Once you've written them down, or at least thought of them, then pick one. The other 2 will stay there, but for now, just pick one. And think, what is a micro step I could take that would move me in the direction of that goal? For me, all it was making a list of places I might like to live. So it's a tiny step. So what is your one micro step? I know that thinking about these things is not easy. You know why it's not easy? It's not easy because of the messages we get about ourselves. The messages we get daily from the media, from other people, about the role of older women, what we do, what we don't do, what we are capable of, what we aren't capable of. These are constant. They're constant. Open any magazine, look at any television, look at any movie. Now that's gotten a little bit better, it's true. But most of the time, if you really think about it, you still can name the 4 TV shows that are good for older women in depicting older women. If you can sit down and name 4, that's not enough. So we get that constantly, every day, in and out, every time we turn around. It's also the way many of us grew up, with the messages about older women and what older women did and were capable of. And that is exactly what we at Prime Spark are changing. We are a movement, and we're changing the way older women are seen and treated in our society. And we're doing it for ourselves, for our friends, for our daughters, for our nieces, for our granddaughters. We will make this change. It is on its way. We're doing this for us, and we also are doing it for the world because all my women friends out there, the world needs us desperately. The world needs our skills and our sensitivity and our wisdom and our experience. We know how to get things done. We know how to get them done well, through people, with people. We've done it for years. And now we need to get out in the world and do it and make some of the differences that need to be made. We're needed. If you want to know more about us, please go to our website, primesparkwomen.com. So that's www.primesparkwomen.com. You could also join one of our discovery groups. We're forming small groups of women who will together work through the questions in the book. We will have every woman work on her own through 5 questions each week for 6 weeks. And then we'll come together and talk about and think about the questions together. Or, as I said before, make your own group. The book is designed for women to work through on their own first and then get together with other women. So if you'd rather have your own group, terrific. Get a bunch of women friends. Get everybody to get the book. Answer the questions and then get together, probably now on Zoom, unless somebody has a big backyard, and talk about the questions. We need to get going. You can also go to the website and sign up for a time to talk to me if you're not sure about the discovery groups, if that's something really that you want to do. You can sign up, talk to me about a coaching package, coaching sessions, if that's something you might want to think about. Or just send me an email, just so I can hear from you. That would be fine. My email is sarahhart@heartcom.com. sarahhart@heartcom.com. I would like to end today with a quotation from Georgia O'Keeffe, the brilliant woman artist. I've been absolutely terrified every moment of my life, and I've never let it keep me from doing a single thing I wanted to do. So thank you for being here with me today. I love it that you're here. I'm Sarah Hart, and this is Prime Spark. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Love. Bye.